Happy Monday. I wanted to do something a little different today and offer you a couple of card pulls. I'm going to do this live at some point so that you can have a very specific card draw. But for now, it really feels like we could use a little collective pick-me-up, a little insight. This eclipse has been quite intense for many. So let's check with the cards and see what might be available to us. Okay, so here I have 5 spreads from 2 different decks. One, a deck from one of my favorite books, The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. It is a great way to just blast open parts of your consciousness and readjust your perception on life and the meaning of life through you. This second row down here, these are from Doreen Virtue's Angel Oracle cards. So let's go ahead and look at our first card here. This card is for or about this eclipse energy that we're in until December 4th and really a lot longer. So this awakening consciousness, if you go very deep, that is where you live. You live in the seat of consciousness. A true spiritual being lives there without effort and without intent. So this really does bring us into a much higher perception of what this energy is that we're navigating currently. So this helps us to remember that everything we're experiencing on a very 3D material level, that there is something much greater that's happening. And the more that we can stay tuned into our spiritual consciousness, and that everything is a manifestation through the spiritual realm, that we may have a easier time finding the seeds and the source of the disruptions in our life. And the second one is about the current circumstances this week in the eclipse, what is taking place. And going beyond, that's perfect because we really are breaking out of these old patterns. You must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. So again, you see there's this recapitulation of how we view opposition, challenge, in this case darkness, evil, all of these things that we have turned away from and avoided. So just remembering that there's always a new perspective to take, and if we choose to try to find the new perspectives, eventually we will come to a revelation of the truth of what we're seeing, the whole image. And then this last card I pulled is moving forward from this week and still going beyond. Would you like to go beyond yourself? Would you like to feel no edges? So that is a vital question as you start to bump up against all of these challenges. You may just have to ask yourself those 2 questions. Well, do I really want to go beyond what I know is life right now? Do I really want to go beyond all of these places that are edgy and sharp and difficult? Do I want to find out what happens if I move outside of the pattern that I've been in around this? So these next 2 cards here is how we work with this. Okay, so yeah, a very clear indication to clear everything that you're holding. There's a lot that has been pulled up. Eclipses are about the unconscious mind, so what this eclipse does is it illuminates the patterns that have been held in the unconscious. And I'm sure many of you are sensing this. I've talked with a couple of people like, yeah, something's wrong, something's off, I don't know what. So clear yourself, and you can do this. These cards are working with the angels. Angels, we all have a personal angel. We have archangels. There are always this divine assistance present. So ask your angel to help you release any toxic energies, distortions, anything that you have absorbed throughout your lives. And if angels don't work for you, then maybe you just call in the frequencies of love, of light, of the light of God, maybe the greatest and highest forms of love and light in the universe, your higher self. There could be some other way of doing this if angels don't align for you. And then our second card is Heal Addictions. So yeah, it's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Archangel Raphael helps with this healing. He really focuses in on the emotional level of trauma, of breakdowns, distortions, confusions, and addiction's a really big one. Whether we have ever identified as an addict or not, I guarantee you everyone at some point in their life, they have encountered and worked with addictive energies. Addiction doesn't just mean substance abuse from illegal drugs. We have people that are rampantly addicted to legal drugs, addicted to their phones, to the TV, to sex, to spending. I mean, addiction comes in so many forms, and so it's good to really be honest with yourself and say, hey, maybe I have some codependency somewhere, maybe I have some kind of obsession, addiction to something. I cannot seem to live in a way without perpetuating this need or desire. So really looking at those two things, clear yourself, heal away addictions. Those two are tied together. If you're willing to look at these patterns and just start to reveal some underlying repetitions that don't serve your highest good, then you will find that you have another option. Maybe you thought you only had two options. Maybe you thought that there is only this way or this way, and then you go in to look and be honest about certain things in your life that keep repeating and the reason for that. And then you may find that there's actually a third option for you. So that's it for the card reading this afternoon. I hope it helps as it sends you into a week that could be quite dynamic when it comes to the shadow work and the self-healing and mastery and ancestral work, karmic clearing. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Would love to do some more. Drop it in the comments. If you would like to see a live feed, maybe on a weekly basis, who knows? And if you don't really care for it, give me a dislike. Tell me why. Subscribe for more. I'm going to share a few things about maybe what to expect this week, what the current energies are, and I'll also have some live offerings that are coming. I'll have some recorded offerings to help you navigate through the week and being in the throes of all of the various family interactions and interactions with your inner world. Thank you all for being here.